What's up, folks? Welcome back to the show. We're episode 23 tonight of Outside the Lab, our podcast series that we're doing on YouTube. That's brought to you by the Performance Center, and as always, powered by Under Armour. Super excited to stay inside the organization tonight, as we have been doing on Wednesday nights, and introduce you guys to our two newest staff members, two of our showcase coaches, Brock Johnson with our 13 U team, and Coach Ryan Smith, Rhino, with our 15 U team. Guys, welcome on tonight.
Thank you for having me.
Appreciate it, guys.
Yeah, we're going to hop right in. Rhino, I'm going to start with you, man. And really a short amount of time. You've had an extensive coaching career, several stops along the way, anything from, high school ball to Legion to collegiate summer league, college, up at Montana. So talk our folks through kind of your background, your history in coaching all the way up to the current day.
Yeah, so it really started kind of where it began for me is at Mars Hill with Coach Rimbert and being able to play under him as a player and then transition right away into a volunteer assistant and kind of work alongside Aaron and just gain some knowledge from that. And that kind of led me into my first stint. Took over as a head coach for the Asheville Redbirds in the Southern Collegiate Baseball League. Was a part of that organization for 4 years, and then actually transitioned with that club to Statesville. A guy out of Statesville bought the Asheville Redbirds, and I was included in the sale. So that was kind of an interesting experience. He said, "Hey, I want to buy this team, but you have to be included in it." So I went to Statesville for 2 more summers, and was a really good experience in the SCBL, getting to see guys from all different colleges, made some really good connections with some college coaches that trusted me with their guys for the summer that still stay in contact with and still have some relationships with some of the players, was really cool. Spent 7 seasons at Montreat College, NAIA, here right outside of Asheville, as an assistant coach. And spent a season as the interim head coach here as well. And then that path led me to where I'm at now. I'm the head coach for Carolina Day School here in Asheville. It's a K-12 private school. So we have middle school and varsity programs that I oversee both programs and then coach the varsity guys. So really, really focusing on development with those guys and starting with a young group and trying to build a program and funnel them up through our system. And yeah, like you said, I know Cameron through Legion, being on the other sideline against Cam, coaching in Legion. And unfortunately, the season wasn't going to happen this year, but gave me a great opportunity to work with the lab and come on and coach some of these guys. And again, learn from some really talented coaches in our group here that I'm very excited about.
Yeah, that's awesome. Folks, like I said, as you can hear, there a ton of experience, knowledge, passion, connections, and going to be nothing but great for all of our kids, but particularly at the 15U level, where Coach Rhino is going to be the head guy. Brock, on the other end, not a ton of coaching experience right out of college, but super excited to have Brock on right out of LR, local guy, but South Caldwell. A lot of folks will recognize that name. Brock, kind of talk us through your background, playing days, college, and then kind of what you're looking forward to this summer with your first head coaching job.
Yeah, when I came out of high school, I came from South Caldwell, which is very prominent for Jeff Parham, head coach there. And coming from Lenoir University, first 3 years with Tom Flenor, then this past year with Coach Ramirez. It's been transition, but Coach Parham from high school to college pretty much set the tone. And that's really what put me to be a good mindset for coming into college. But I just love being around the baseball field and just pretty much helping kids learn and looking forward to what they have in their career in the future. What I'm looking forward to this summer is I'm really just looking to help develop these kids. And if we have a win weekend, great. If not, I just really want to focus on developing them, getting them what they can be in the future, and just moving from there and just helping them learn life lessons as well. That's what really baseball is all about.
Yeah, that's awesome. Aaron, go ahead.
Yeah, we're obviously happy to have both these guys here, and it's just evident of what these guys bring to the table. You know, Brock was with us last night, man. We couldn't get him out of the facility last night, and he'll be in there tonight. But he's always around, man, and just doing extra and helping other guys. There were some of our older guys in there last night just getting some work in. He's jumped in there and throwing some BP to them and stuff like that. So, you know, I think Brock's wanting to do this as a coaching career to start with, and we're looking forward to having him in the lab and helping us out. And you know, Coach Ryan Smith, man, he's been a good guy from, you know, when I coached him all the way back in 07, 06. And he's been right there, right by my side since. So can't be more happy to have both these guys on. And the guys are going to learn so much from them. Not only their team, you know, the teams that they're coaching, but you know, everybody in the organization. So we're very, very happy to have these guys in here.
Yeah, awesome. Coach Smith, let's talk about your team a little bit. So, you know, very, very new to Athletes Lab, but had a chance to come down a couple times. I actually saw your guys inter squad this week, so saw them for 7 innings. Talk about what you see in your group and some of the things that get you excited about this summer.
Yeah, kind of the first thing that that Grant and Aaron kind of let me know is, man, these guys can swing the bat a little bit. So that was pretty apparent. A physical group. Guys look like they've been in the weight room right away. So that was exciting to see a physical group, especially at this age. And then, yeah, seeing them in inter squad last week, you know, I could tell right away that they've spent some time together, which is pretty awesome, especially as a new coach into the organization. I'll kind of follow their lead a little bit because they've spent some time together, and I can just kind of learn from them a little bit more too. Just kind of sit back and kind of let them play and really follow their lead in some of these tournaments because the chemistry's there. So I'm just going to try to not get in their way too much, talk them up a little bit and give them some knowledge and try to prepare them a little bit. But I think their mindset from a hitting standpoint really feeds into some stuff that I really like to do. So I think it's going to be a really good partnership with the summer and have some good times together.
Yeah, and that's such a good point, man. These guys in that 15U team, they've been playing together for a long time, some of them. You know, and I tell you too, the improvements you talk about, you know, these guys in their swings and the way they look. These guys, from when I first knew them last year, the strides they've made and continue to make are just impressive. So certainly you're going to have a fun summer with that group, and looking forward to it. Brock, talk about your 13U guys a little bit. Again, kind of on the opposite end of the spectrum. So, you know, for folks who don't know, that 15U group played together last year as 14s. Coach Johnson's 13U team, this is a first-year team. Got some talent, got some arms, but, you know, maybe that chemistry side isn't there. So talk about, you know, what you see and then kind of how you're, you know, working to mesh this group together so they can realize their full potential this summer.
Yeah, we really don't have the chemistry right now, but I'm literally just trying to put them together as much as possible so we can mesh together as fast as we can, so we can hopefully come together and start winning a lot of ball games this summer. We have a lot of fast players, so we'll be on the move a lot on the base pass, and we got some sticks, but we just got to be able to put them out there and hit it. And pitching's always there, hopefully, and more prominent. But our best thing is probably our defense. So we got real good defense in the middle infield and in the outfield as well.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, and Aaron will attest to this. He's in the facility all the time. You know, talking about guys who are coming on board for the first year, and naturally these guys haven't played together, but the number one way these guys start to gel and start to fit and get that chemistry is, like you're saying, man, just being around each other, being in the facility all the time, hanging out. I mean, you know, why does why does Boone and Dean and Hank and all these guys at the 15Us, why are they so tight? Well, because they work together all the time. They're in there. They've got a little bit of sweat equity together, if you will, and that goes a long way. And seeing your guys in and out more and more, they're going to do nothing but come together. And once that happens, man, sky's the limit. So certainly looking forward to that group.
Yeah, Coach Johnson's team, the 13U team, those guys have really been in the lab a lot. And those guys are going to really make some strides. They have made a lot of strides. And, getting their reps this summer, all that kind of stuff, in the bats. But if they continue to work, man, there's some guys on there that got a chance to play at a high level for their high schools and hopefully in college one day. But I really like some of the guys they have. And like Coach Johnson just said, they got some guys, that are quick. They can do it defensively. And, I think they got a couple arms that can be really good for the team as well. So I'm looking forward to seeing those guys and continue working with those guys during practice during the week and see what they do on the weekends.
Yeah, no doubt. So finally, the quarantine is over for our guys. We've been together, team practices for the last 2 or 3 weeks. Guys have been training on their own, but finally here it is. This weekend we're on the field, both of your teams. Talk us through, Coach Smith, go ahead and start, and then we'll get to Brock. Talk us through kind of where you're headed this week with your guys and, kind of what you expect to do.
Yeah, so my 15-year group, we're heading down to South Charlotte, which will be really cool. That's actually where I'm from. Went to high school a little south of Charlotte down in Union County. So probably see some familiar faces down that way with some organizations that I had some connections with, and just be on the other side of that. So I told our guys last weekend that I'll probably be a little more itchy than they are. My high school season was as short as they come. We played 1 game in 3 innings. So about 10 innings of baseball for my high school season, and then that was it. So I'm geared up and ready to go. I've had my backpack packed since yesterday. I'm geared up, ready to roll. So it's just going to be exciting to see the chemistry with our guys, the smiles on faces again, coming back after a nice play in the field or a big hit. I've missed that, seeing guys have success and seeing the energy it brings when something they've worked for pays off on the field. They've lost that for a little bit. They've been busting it in the cages, busting it in the weight room. Now you finally get to see a little bit of it pay off. And I think there's probably going to be a couple guys that'll surprise themselves a little bit that, they haven't seen exit velocity off a bat, out to the field into a gap for, a couple months, and then, kind of see where that was at and kind of surprise themselves. So that'll be really cool too.
Yeah, awesome. Coach Johnson, where are you headed this weekend, man?
We're actually going to South Charlotte as well. But I'm just really, really ready to get those guys out there and see what they got. I mean, with my season being cut short, it's just like me getting back out to the field this year. And it's just can't wait to see what they have. And I know they're itching to get back on the field. Who isn't right now?
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. It should be a good weekend for everybody. And you guys have got a big summer ahead, starting off kind of local in the Charlotte area, but Coach Johnson's team will do some of that, Morganton, Asheville, Charlotte, but also branch out and play some perfect game things and, kind of get out there a little bit and expose our guys really before they head into, what's really the showcase level. Coach Smith's group, another big summer on the docket for those guys, playing in several dynamic tournaments. Those guys are heading to the Black Bear the first week of August. It should be nothing short of a good summer for a good group. So looking forward to all of that.
Yeah, these guys are ready to go, man. We're itching and ready to go, and we have 2 other guys leading these guys, and on the weekends, with our 15s and 13s. But again, going back to the listeners, the work, the weekend is really for the guys. What they're doing throughout the week, and it is the hard work they put in during the week, And the weekend's a fun time to go out and play and have some fun and learn and make mistakes and and kind of showcase yourself at some extent, but really try to get those reps in and really learn and not be afraid to make mistakes. So guys, keep putting in the work during the week and with our practices and getting into the facility, and then they're ready to go on the weekend. So we can't be happier with where they are right now, and can't wait to get these guys going here this weekend.
Yeah, fantastic. Coach Smith, Coach Johnson, we're going to wrap it up, man. If you guys have anything, any kind of final words you want to say to our listeners, the floor is yours before we wrap it up.
No, I think the biggest thing is seeing how successful the lab is going right now, man. And just in my short time going down there and seeing the energy that facility has, if you're in that area, you need to get over to the lab if you have a lot of good stuff going on. Get in contact with these guys, work on your game, and work on your body, and really take your baseball abilities to the next level. These guys are doing it over there, and very excited to be a part of this group.
Awesome. All right, guys, that's it. Can't thank you enough for your time. Again, Coach Ryan Smith, Coach Brock Johnson, 15U, 13U. Fantastic additions to the Athletes Lab staff. And that's what it's all about. Grant and Aaron, these guys have said it since day one. It's all about the people in the organization. That is truly the strength from top to bottom. And couldn't add two finer guys to our staff. Can't wait to see them get going this weekend and all the great things they're going to add as far as value to our kids and our families in the organization. So with that, that's episode 23 of Outside the Lab, brought to you by the Performance Center and powered by Under Armour. Until next time, appreciate you tuning in. Thanks, guys.
See you.